So this is a Coachman Vision 452. I'm going to take you around the van and show you how it operates. On the door side, you've got your motor mover and wheel. As you'd probably imagine, the wheel nuts will torque when you leave site. Before you leave site, to show they've been torqued correctly. The motor mover is something we'll demonstrate in person on site. Further forward to that, we have got the wind down leg. As you can see, wind down leg, or the leg winder, will be in the front locker of the caravan. At the front of the van, we have the hitch and hitch up procedure we'll go through in person while you're here on site. Front locker, you've got your gas bottle with gas pipe work running up to the gas regulator. Gas valve on top on the gold valve is the on-off switch for the gas bottle. And down the side of the van, you've got your gas flow for the heating hot water system, your wind down leg on the far side of the van, and then you've got your water pump connection and aqua roll, as you can see. As you can see, we've got then the battery box coming further along with the mains power lead in the side of the van connected to the power post, as you can see over there. And this particular van's been ordered with a startup pack, so it's got the battery on board as well. The motor move power switch in the back of there we will demonstrate while you're here on site. Wheel again and motor mover, as I said, will demonstrate while you're here on site. And then you've got your two grey waste pipes coming out the side of the van where your waste master will sit below, and your two bits of grey waste pipe will come from there into the waste master itself. The back of the van, you've got your flush tanks, so 3.5 litres of water goes into this particular tank here, and 1 cap full of the pink fluid that comes as part of your startup pack. Then the bottom here, you have your toilet waste cassette. You pull it out by pulling the handle up and pulling it towards you. On the back of the cassette, just there at the back, the orange button is the waste relief valve or pressure relief valve, and then you have the cap here that you'd empty the cassette through, and this neck does turn out. You'd put 1 litre of water in here before use and a cap full of the blue fluid. Back of the caravan, you've got your wind down legs on either side, as you can see. 1 leg down just for demonstration purposes. And as we go inside the caravan, I'll go through how the van works on the inside. So, on the inside of the van, above the door of the caravan, you've got your main control panel. So you've got your master power switch, so when you connect to mains power, this is the switch that will control the whole caravan essentially. So once you've got this switch on, you'll have power to the inside of the caravan. Internal lights are on the switch here, and your awning light, which is the one above the door on the outside, is on the switch just here. On this side, you've got your voltmeter, so when you press this, you'll be able to see what level of volt is in the battery on board. As you can see, 13.5, roughly there, of power currently in the battery. The water pump switch on the top right hand side I'm going to come to in a second. But before I do that, I'm just going to take you underneath the seat at the front of the van. You'll need to have the aqua roll connected on the outside of the van, as you just saw while we were outside. And then you'd need to come underneath the seat at the front of the caravan, and you'd have to make sure the 2 yellow valves that you can see just there are in the position they are in now. To drain the water system down, you'd have these valves up. So we do recommend after every use of the caravan, you lift these valves up and drain all of the water out of the system. To fill the system on board the caravan, you'll leave the valves, as you can see them now, in the flat position. And you will need to fill the system before you can warm up any hot water or warm up any water on board the van. And to do that, you come down to the tap at the far end on the sink in the kitchen. Sorry about the phone. You open up the tap on the hot side. Oh, on the other side of this one. So you'll open up the tap there, and also the 2 in the bathroom, which one is obviously on the shower. So you have all the taps up on the hot side, and the shower one here also. I'm going to turn that one off for now because I don't want it soaking the inside of the caravan. But to bleed the system, you would have that open as well. With the aqua roll connected on the outside, you'll then come to the control panel above the door, and you'll turn the pump on just here. Now what you'll start seeing is as pressure starts to build in the van, you'll start seeing water coming out the taps. There we go. Once the water's running freely through the taps, as it is now, I'll got both taps on at the moment, so it's not drawing full amounts of water through one tap. You'd turn off the tap there, for instance. The same with the shower once you've got water through to it, and the same with the tap in the bathroom. And then that would mean the water system is completely full on board the caravan. To operate the heating and hot water on this particular caravan, you've got the control panel just here on the wall that says Troom on it. And to go into the options, you press the middle button. And as you'll see at the moment, it is now flashing the symbol at you here. What this one here is the internal room temperature. So to set the room temperature, you press the middle button. And then you use the dial in the centre here by spinning it round to select the internal temperature of the caravan you would like. As you can see, it goes right up to 30 degrees. But for a moment, we're going to leave it turned off. To set it, you'd just simply select the temperature you want and hit the middle button. And that will be the room temperature for the caravan set. The next one across you see here is the water temperature. So once you've got the water system full, you can go into here and you can select either Eco, which is around 40 degrees of water temperature, Hot, which is around 60, or Boost. So if you're going to shower, we do advise you use the Boost system. Washing up, Eco or Hot, depending on how hot you like your water to be. The next one along is to select the power source that you want to use to power the caravan, or the heating and hot water system, should I say. So here you can see we're on electric 1. You've got the option to run electric 2. So 1 is 1000 watts of power and 2 is 2000 watts of power. Depending on what caravan site you're on will depend on which one of those power sources you use. Mix 2 is 2000 watts of power and a combination of gas with the electric. Mix 1 is 1000 watts of power with a combination of gas. And gas is simply gas on its own. To ignite the system on gas, you'd have to turn the gas bottle on, then come inside and hit the central button here again, just like we did set the heating temperature, and then that will select the power supply you are using. I'll come back out there and just select the electric 1 again. There we go. The one you see on the end here is the fan speed for the caravan. Now that's for the blown air system. To use that, you simply turn the dial on, or spin the dial round to the right, hit vent, then select the fan speed you'd like it to be, so right up to 10 on the fan speed. For now, we're just going to leave it on 1. In the manual for the caravan, you'll be able to read about the symbol here. This is for setting a timer for the heating and hot water systems. This isn't something we demonstrate in our videos because it takes too long to explain. Down the bottom here, you've got your clock set, so you can set the time for the caravan timers. So it's 12:43 at the moment. Let's get that set so it's set. There we go. Once you've got the time set here, then you'll be able to use the programmer on this side. In here, we have got some options for the engineers and also for resetting the control panel. That is something that, again, it will fully explain in the manual for the caravan. Now at the front of the van, if you want to set the beds up on a Coachman, like this particular van, the bed actually pulls out from the side, as you can see here. So this will pull out across the van so far, and then the same from this side. Actually no, it doesn't do that on this particular van. This one pulls completely out across the van, and the same with the other end, and that will make the bed up for the front of the caravan. The cushions here with the hump section, you'll actually turn around and have on the outside of the seating area. Then you'll use the cushions here on the outside in the centre here to make up the central part of the bed. Cooker, very self-explanatory. The electric ring will only work on 240 volts. It won't work if you haven't got a 240 volt supply. The fridge itself, to use the fridge, you press the power button on the left hand side here. And at the moment it's trying to ignite on gas. The gas bottle's currently turned off, but when it does ignite, it does self-ignite on gas. So you don't need to press any extra buttons at all to get it to ignite on gas, as long as the gas bottle's turned on. To change the power supply using, you press and hold the grey button and use the arrows. So for instance here you've got your 12 volt supply from the vehicle you are towing with. That turns the fridge into a cool box while you're towing down the road, and then it keeps the beers and wine nice and cold when you arrive on site. So we'll just go over to mains power to show you how to set it. So mains power, you hit the grey button, then it will flash the temperature control on this side at you. So the arrows here, again, you can use once that is flashing. and you'll be able to set the temperature of the fridge. So as you can see, we're now on mains power and the fridge is working at its coldest setting. Going through into the bathroom, the last thing I'm going to demonstrate on this caravan is the toilet system. So to use the toilet, you've got an electric flush on top. As I said, you need to put your water in the tank on the outside. Then below the toilet itself, or the toilet seat, you've actually got the waste flap here, which you'd need to undo or push across before you use the loo, so it allows the waste to go in the cassette at the bottom of the van. On top here, you've got a full indicator light, so this little red light here will come on red when the toilet cassette itself is full. At that point, you would need to empty the cassette, and when you do go to empty this cassette, you would need to make sure the toilet's in the position it is now. It does turn for your convenience, however, when you're removing the cassette, it does need to be in that position there. If you have any further questions on the 452 Coachman Vision, please do give us a call here at the Caravan Company and we'll do all we can to assist you. Thank you very much. Bye bye.